Alright guys, so as I said, that's gonna get annoying. As I said, I did mess up the staging, dang it. I did fix that Jebediah was in there, and now Lenger's in there, and welcome to episode 2. So, yeah, we're going to launch Orbiter 1, and Orbiter 1 is going to do cool things, and never really much, as you can probably tell, by the crappiness of my videos, but that's okay, because I like them. Alright, Kerbal, he's going to sponsor us into space. Ready, and it's only been like 20 minutes, and let's go. Very basic launch here. Oh my, I'm really not sure how I feel about that. Hey, Tack, you want to help us out here? See, this is what's cool. I want the KW Rocketry SA to transfer in. Oh, balls. Oh, balls. Bounce all. Please. Oh, I messed that up. Because seeing as I used TAC, and I didn't mean to, and I didn't have time to screw around with all the things, it's pretty much an easy fuel duct system, and I don't want fuel ducts right now. Though they would be nice, because then I could feed all my fuel into here and have a full stage by the time we got up there. Which I'm actually just going to do, because that's simple and easy. TAC fuel balancer. I'm going to show you guys how to use this. It's very basic. So what I'm going to do is do transfer in. So these are the two fuel tanks right here. I want these from a main stage. I want these guys to transfer out into this guy. In order for them to transfer out, is this the guy? Okay, good. I figured. So I want this guy to transfer out. 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 And I want this guy to remain full. So I'm going to do transfer in. Transfer in, transfer out, transfer out, transfer out. So essentially what we're doing is we're doing not really cheaty, we're doing in-game, dang it, we're doing things that involve fuel balancing without fuel ducts, because we don't have them yet, but fuel ducts are more convenient because you don't have to do all these things. So now all these fuel types are going to just transfer out. As you can see, that's why I want the things. But yeah, so now all these guys are going to get drained before the other ones. And these guys are all going to remain full. I think, yeah. These guys are all going to remain full because we need them to. And by the time that these guys empty out, we can just drop them, get up into our next stages and whatnot, and whomever. We just want to stay right around 200 meters per second. If you see it decelerating just a bit, don't worry about it. If it drops to like 190, I would suggest kicking up the throttle, but then again, it's just me. So, as you can see, we're still full on fuel completely. And we're almost done with this stage. So we're going to kick these guys off. We're going to have to go into orbit. Yeah, we're barely speeding up. Alright, let's pitch over at 10,000 to 90 degrees. Which apparently this is 90 degrees. I don't know what. I guess it's like 90 degrees from here. So I guess that makes sense. But it's actually a 45 degree inclination. And once your prograde vector hits here, you really don't have to keep correcting it by hitting the D key. Because your rocket's automatically just going to stay to the middle of the prograde vector. I guess that's how it works in the thing, but the prograde vector is still gonna go over, but don't worry about that. Alright, we don't need to worry about TAC fuel balancer now. Timed apoapse. This is an important figure. When you see it between about 40 and 50, I do about 45 just because it's in the middle and it's nice. I start to pitch over more to the 90 degree mark, but usually about here, which is 70 degrees. And there it goes. So 70 degrees. That's just so that your apoapse, it's not going up so vertically, it's going to go horizontally. I shall show you here. So instead of going up vertically, you can see it's kicking it out way far. And this is going to do cool things, because what we can do is we don't have to just go straight up and then use a ton of fuel just to bring it out. It's going to already be going around. Oh, we need to disattach this stage. Wah. Hey, little baby, and where'd my my landing legs went? They're bothering me. But yeah, once you get up pretty high, you can. Oh crap! We gotta start going more vertical to increase this number here. Which you can also check if you don't have the mod. It'll say T minus, and you just want to make sure that number is going up. And I want this thing to get into work. What was that? Hey, you! Stop making noise. Trying to record you rude snake. He's a rude snake. He's like, I'm gonna move around my house, and you can't do anything to stop me. So now he's moving around his house. What a bum. Ugh, he's a heckler. He doesn't understand the interwebs. Alright. So, yeah, we're... Oh, I forgot to be taking measurements. That's pretty irresponsible of me. We'll take that. Why not? Hey, crew report. Because that's data. No, it's not. Okay. Not gonna do an EVA report, because it would be silly to jump out of a rocket at this height. We do want to pitch completely over now, because we have more than 2 minutes under our belt. We probably should have done it a lot earlier, because now it's really going to start kicking out. And as you can see, we're covering almost half the planet here, so we need to use half as much fuel. Actually, probably even less than half the fuel you would if you just went straight up. And look at that, we're about to hit 100,000, which is the most common orbit height, because it's nice and easy. And this burn is probably going to take about 14 years, but that's okay. We just want to pull out the prograde vector until they start to switch around. Oh my, that's quick. You'll see it happen. It's actually usually pretty slow, but it'll kind of just like flick out. Oh my god, why is it so fast? Oh, okay. Well, basically, you just want these numbers to be close together, and them flipping is usually a pretty good indication of what's happening. Because your lower number is going to go on the other side. If you go too high, that's like perfect, and it's going to take 17 seconds, which we may or may not have enough fuel for. Yeah, we should, because this rocket I think uses like 0.69 or something. So in 2 minutes, we're gonna have to burn. What I like about the Kerbal alarm clock is if I add an alarm for Orbiter 1, I'm just going to name it Orbiter 1, kill the warp in advance of 5 seconds. And then I add an alarm. In 2 minutes and 23 seconds, it's going to tell me that I have to burn. So if I go 50, or whatever it is, 50 times, it'll slow me down and then tell me that I have an alarm. And then I close the alarm, it'll delete it. And we have to burn now. So I'm going to put it in map mode so you can watch this happen. So as you can see, basically all we're doing is speeding up to the point that it's just going to keep slingshotting us around the planet continuously. And we want this to stop once this meter hits 0, and we're going to start throttling down because we want it to be precise. How's that? 103.98, that's fine. As long as it doesn't really dip below like 70 or 80 at any points, you should be fine. We're coming around the night side of the planet here. Here I should be able to do some science that's cool and things. Oh yeah. It's clumped into a little brittle sphere apparently. EVA report. We get 8 science from. Let's do a crew report. We get 5 science from it. That's cool. I'm gonna observe the mystery U again so I can get the 3 science. Not sure if that's how it works, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go retrieve the data from one of these guys. Only one. And we're gonna do this one because it's easier to remember. Hey you. Oh, that's why. Completely on the wrong dimension. Remove the data. And we're gonna put, oh my god. We're going to put the data on the actual capsule. That way we're not gonna have multiples of the same data, and then we're not gonna be able to keep them. So we still have the data here, and it's going to stack. Not much, but it will. Now my question is, do we actually have enough fuel to get to the moon in one go? Because if we do, that's cool. No, we need to... Actually, really close. Goodness. Moon's there. Set it here. I'll explain what I'm doing in a minute. I want this to be real cheap on fuel. And we want it to send us right back to the planet. No barrier gaps. 59 seconds. Nope, we don't have enough fuel. That's fine. Alright, so what I was doing right there is, first, I don't like that. I don't like that either. So what I did is, pretty much, I left-clicked the moon, and I set as target. And now we get descending nodes and ascending nodes. You really don't have to worry about these too much until you have to start going to... Actually, we'll use minimus. It's an easier example. As you can see, it's on an inclination. If we set minimus as here, the ascending and descending nodes are going to be much higher. Yeah, 6.3 degrees rather than 5 degrees. Because the moon is at a slightly inclined orbit, just very, very slightly. So we're not going to worry about that. We're going to set our target to the moon. Yeah, this is 0.5. So this is like 7... No, that's completely wrong. Good math, Ryan. 13 times. More inclined than the moon is. So, basically, how you want to get to the moon is you want to set it as a target because it's easier like that. You can see things about it. So, like, descending node and ascending node, if you set the descending node, if you make a maneuver here, and then just drag it up and down, you'll see they switch around. You can bring these down to 0 degrees, and it'll make it so you arrive on the same inclination as them. You really don't have to worry about that until you have to start going to different planets, and the minimus is kind of a big one, I guess. Because I really didn't understand it when I first went to minimus. But, the reason that you want to put your maneuver node in a certain place is part of the hard part is actually catching up to the moon. Because if you... Okay, we'll say we're going to burn opposite side of the moon to maximize our orbit. As you can see, the target position at we're going to be here, and the moon is going to be over here. So we gotta fly ahead of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of our orbit, and we are going to go here. Now the reason I wanted a return orbit is so I don't just fly out into outer space and never see this Kerbal again. Like I said, I don't care about him, but it would be nice to have him come back and be like, yo guys, look what I did. Music's playing now. So a pretty good rule of thumb is what you want to do, and this works for minimus as well. You basically put the moon's dot right on the orbit line, and right at the horizon you want to lift it up, put a maneuver node there. That'll work, and you just burn out. There it is. And then you get an encounter. Of course, though, I don't want an encounter that's 7 million meters, which is 7,000 kilometers up at the lowest. I want something that's going to return me to the planet. So, instead of me having to waste more fuel getting back to the planet... See, this is the bare minimum amount of fuel we're going to have to use, and we would barely even have enough. We'd come in and be like, hey, moon, and we would never come back because we would not have enough fuel to actually do things. And I actually don't remember what my encounter looked like when I had the return orbit. It looks like it would be about here, and then you want it to be just about enough where you can aero brake into the atmosphere, which is kind of an advanced tactic, but then again, I'm not advanced at the game and I have no idea how to use it. Wait. I mean, I kind of have an idea. I mean, it's not that hard, but basically you just come into the planet and be like, yo, what's good, planet? And then the planet's atmosphere will slow you down because of things. Yeah, that's one. I guess you have to come in and meet it later than sooner. And then it would just return us to the planet. Not necessarily in the spot, because keep in mind the planet rotates. So we'd come in, it would fling us around, and then just kind of like shoot us back at the planet. And we need about 60 seconds of burn, which is a minute. And this specific... Do you know what? Let's just go for it. What's the harm? We lose a Kerbal that I don't care about? Linger? Like I care about that, nerd. Alright, so we're just gonna go to the moon on the second episode because I can. We're not gonna land there, but it'll be cool. So we want to have this stop approximately 5 seconds before. Actually, I'm not sure how much fuel this guy uses. I'm pretty sure it's over 1. Because, do you know what? I'm actually thinking Actually, this is where this guy will come in. Delta V, we have 773 meters per second left on this ship in stage 2. Total, we only have 1 stage left with Delta V on it, which is pretty much just power in a certain direction, because that's cool. I think. I don't know. So, it's telling us that we have 773 meters per second of Delta V, or 48.6 seconds. Now, the ETA for this is 59 seconds, and we need 856.9 meters per second of Delta V. We don't have that, so we're not going to go to the moon. We are going to stop ourselves. We're using the retrograde marker, like I said earlier. We're going to cancel that orbit, or that maneuver node. Can I get this to go away, please? Crap. Actually, this is a good time to see. Yeah, I thought it was using 0.69 or something. That's the nuclear engine in a vacuum. It's using 1.6. So this should return us to the planet. Yeah, it says 15,000. That'll aerobrake us, because by that time we're going to hit the thick layer of the atmosphere, and then that's going to slow us down, making our orbit lower. It's fine. We don't need to conserve fuel, though, so I'm just going to go straight down. There, we're going to land somewhere in this general area. Actually, we're going to land... We're not going to land here, on top of this mountain. We're going to probably land somewhere, probably in here. Between here and here. But don't take my word for it, because again, I am not very good at this game. The one time I've made it to... Actually, the 2 times I've made it to a planet, I crashed into them both. Because I'm horrible. One time I ran out of fuel. The other time, there was a black box of doom, and I couldn't fix it, and it made me very angry, because I spent many days working on that. Not like actual days, but... Oh, a beautiful sunset, but we're probably gonna see it. Yep, there. Oh, sunrise. Sunrise. Let's give Langer the... maybe he already sees it. IVA. No. What a bum. Let's make him see it. Other way. Other way. In this... There it goes. Aw, how beautiful. God. I don't like flying these from the inside, because I can't see... Oh, wait. Yes, I can. Prograde. We are falling down, so it should be about there. We are upside down, however. It'd be a combination of these to get us to a light. Hello? Light. I just wanted to see the sun. Sun, where are you? Oh, it's over here. There you are. But we're still facing the... Wait. Are we falling into the atmosphere yet? This is why I don't like flying a ship in the inside. Alright. There we go. Let's stay retrograde. When I see my velocity just start dying, pretty much. I'm actually going to fly this from the inside because I'm confident. As you can see, we are still falling because our atmosphere is going up. I mean, our atmosphere. Our velocity is going up, but once it starts to fall, that means we are re-entering the atmosphere. And we need to start a throttle, by the way. Not gonna worry about it. Because if I boost my throttle up, you'll see the velocity fall. So if you double click on the window, you'll look out, but we don't need to do that. So we're just waiting for our velocity to fall at this point. We're not at the point yet in the atmosphere. Okay, we're coming into the atmosphere, just not the thick part, which is, I believe, here and here. But mainly here. We should start losing velocity once we hit this atmosphere, because it's kind of like going through a thick blanket, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. Anyway, once this hits about 2,000, I'm going to deploy the parachute. I know it's very high. I mean, I know it's very low, but it's the only thing that they really offer. Or maybe the second I start seeing this drop, I'll do it, because I think it's 5,000, 2,000, 1,000, or 3,000, 2,000, 1,000. Once I see this start to drop, I'll just hit space. Actually, we're going to hit space now, which I want to show you on the outside because it looks cute. So we're going to throw the stage. It's going to be traveling faster than us, so we want to go pew, I think. Ah, crap, we got to make a... That was completely unnecessary, but it was still pretty cool. Is this the lower atmosphere? Upper. Okay, we don't need the data from that. Okay. See, there's the re-entry effects. We still want to be pointing retrograde. Now we should be... No. We should still be pointing retrograde because we're going to be falling in the direction that we're pointing. Come on, give me lower atmosphere crap. Come on. Upper atmosphere. Want the balls. So, as you can see, our velocity is just dying. It was at like 2,100, I think, and now it's down to 1,800. But we're going to fast forward through this because no one cares. And we're just going to lock because I don't feel like moving too much. We are getting very, very hot. In deadly re-entry, you have to be very, very careful about how you re-enter the atmosphere. You can't just drop in like a rock. Because I know that's how like most people do it. And I did it too. So don't feel bad if that's what you do. You just drop in. It works, but with deadly re-entry, it will kill you. And deadly re-entry will also pull off parts if they get too hot and burn them off. And they do give you heat shields though. So Rocky, hey, moving his house again. What a bum. Thinks he's cool over there, moving around his house. I wasn't sure how this was going to record, but Shadow Play is easily the best recording software I've ever had because it crushes. Oh my god, I forgot to deploy my parachute. That was bad of me. It records almost any game that I can play at 60 frames per second at 60 frames per second. I have never noticed any lag while recording with this software. I know I got it with Fraps. I know I got it with Bandicam. I know I got it with all those because those were, I think, mainly computer processed or CPU intensive programs, and not this one. This one takes the power from your graphics card that's left over and uses it. I believe that's how it does it. I'm not sure because I'm stupid, but it does cool things and it works. Come on, 45 science. Come on. Yes, we have 64 and we have a stack of science. For all those Minecraft fans out there. This is the next one that's gonna be cool, but that's 90 science. We're not gonna worry about that. We want that guy would be nice. This guy would be nice because then we can get the Science Junior, more science for us. Flight control we really don't mind, but that's kind of like starts you off in the right direction for planes, but we need tires for planes first, or whatever, wheels, whatever you want to call them. Alright, so I'm gonna build the spaceship. Shadow, like, tell me what recording time it is, but I'm going to check it, and we are going to rebuild the Mooner lander from scratch. So I will be right back with the things. Alright guys, we have 6 minutes left, which means if I hurry, I can get this thing into orbit. I'm not sure if I want to get it into orbit. I think I'm gonna cut this episode a tiny bit short so I can save you guys some watching time, because I know everyone doesn't have 30 minutes to watch a video that they've probably already seen people play, or of a game that people have already seen been played a lot, whatever. Actually, the first place we're gonna go to is Minimus. We probably could go to the moon. I actually know for a fact we could go to the moon with this, and actually no. Do you know what? The moon's harder. We're gonna go to the moon. And you're probably thinking, why is the moon harder? I don't understand. Or you might understand. I don't know. But the moon is harder to get to because it has more gravity. It does require less fuel to actually get to... Wrong. It does require more fuel to get to Minmus, in theory, like if you were to look at it and be like, okay, it's farther, more fuel. No, okay, duh. You're right and you're not right. You need more fuel to get to Minmus as an initial investment, yeah. But then you have to slow down. And slowing down on Minmus is extremely easy, because the gravity on Minmus is tiny. Very, very tiny. The moon, it's a bit harder. You actually do have to worry about bad things happening. And bad things happening is not fun for the entire family. So we're going to kind of use the cheaty method here again, because that's what I do here on my channel, apparently, is just cheat. That's not entirely true, but it is kind of true. No. Okay. We want these two little lip things to be matched up with those two little lip things. Looks good enough. The reason why we wanted to do that is so that these two stages separate separately. Each item sold separately. We want them to separate separately, because what we're gonna do is have fuel ducts, or not fuel ducts, but we're gonna have tac fuel balancer balance these tanks into these tanks into these tanks, and then these tanks into these tanks. Because, yeah. So it's pretty much gonna be a big round robin thing. Except these are not going anywhere. So, about the landing stage. We're gonna take this stage off because we want to worry about the landing stage. No. That back on. But yeah, we're going to the moon because the moon's harder to get to, and we're definitely not gonna have enough time to get to the moon. Like I said, we may have enough time to get to orbit, but I'm not going to orbit. I'm not gonna put ladders on. One, I don't have them, and two, is it shift, control, left, middle, space? I don't know. I can't remember what it is. Shift, control, kinda. Shift, no, can't remember. All the buttons. Alt, I thought it was Alt, Control, Shift. Yeah, I didn't think so. Alright, whatever. Let's just put this in front of us so we can look at it. We want much science on this. Lots and lots of science. So, what I'm going to do is have science capsules here. Science capsules here. Science capsules here. And I actually do wish I had my batteries, because with the batteries we'd be able to transmit back a ton more science. I'm not going to worry about transmitting the science back this first trip, but once I get batteries I am going back. So it looks weird, but trust me, it is going to be science awesomeness. Actually, we don't even need those because now it looks better. And we'll move these up here, because those should look better, because now we got a big ring. Yeah. No they're not, because things and stuff. It really doesn't matter what we do, it's gonna look horrible. Plus, who's going up? Hudfell Kerman is going to not need a ladder to get up onto here, because the moon has low enough gravity that we can just use our jetpack to get up. Unfortunately, it's not Minmus gravity where you can jump and go 40 feet above, but it'll be somewhat similar. So now we want to just drag this stage onto it and put it here. And we want this more aerodynamic, because then we have more aerodynamics and it does cool things. It actually, I don't think has any big benefits. I just know that it's cool looking, and it actually probably does. I think it's more control. But I know with Ferrum Aerospace, which I don't have because I don't. Mods that make the game harder, I don't like it because they make the game harder, and I'm not a big fan of that. Alright, so now we gotta worry about staging. I'm sure we have plenty of time to build this rocket. So, the first thing I'm gonna do is go from top, actually no, bottom down. So, we want all 5 of these rockets to launch at the exact same time. Right now we only have 4 launching, and then this one needs to launch. These two need to separate separately from these guys. So, I'm gonna have the guys on the side separate first. Yeah. And then the main stage is going to separate. We're going to fire this engine and go. Okay. I do want to test this, but I'm not going to test it in a conventional way. Or am I? Does this fit? No. Okay, I didn't think so. Don't worry, this series is going to get a lot more exciting once we actually get, once we actually get to do space station stuff, but that's not going to be for a while because space station stuff's going to take a little while. Alright, so I'm going to get the launch pad ready to go for the Mooner lander. We're going to take him out, and we're going to set up Hudfell because he was the one we put in originally. The flag for this is going to be Kerbal Mun flag, which is actually pronounced moon, because there's 2 dots over the moon thing, and the way you pronounce it is moon, not mun. But I'm not like one of those people who make fun of things. I really don't do that. Okay, so we're gonna have it on the oh my goodness, that's why I want the struts. We're gonna have it on the launch pad here, ready to go. It's probably gonna be a pretty bumpy ride because we don't have struts, and this is actually a oh oops. Okay, I guess we're getting an early look at the testing of it. We do have 5. Okay, let's decouple those. Those are gonna separate. These are gonna separate. Then we're gonna separate the main stage. Why are things not happening? Go, 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 go. Ah! Run. Gear. Oh, yeah. Don't. It almost saved him. Alright, so that's not going to happen, obviously, because I'm not going to separate all the stages at the beginning. But we know it works, at least. So, yeah, we're going to throttle up. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to completely throttle down. I'm going to quick save. So that'd be Alt F5. We're gonna quick save as Mooner launch. Save. Alright, I will be back with the next episode, which I'm probably gonna record now. So I have 3 episodes in backlog, and we are going to do that. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I wouldn't know yet because I'm still right here. You can't see what I'm pointing at, but it's right here on my external hard drive where I can see episode 1 and then a picture of a Kerbal. So, yeah. So there's a picture of a Kerbal. And it's going to do cool things. I think that's, yeah, okay. So, yeah, episode 2, where we built a Mooner lander, we got into orbit, and we got some more science, in which we're going to... did I say Mooner orbit? I meant just normal orbit. We're going to go into Mooner orbit with this little guy, but... And let me actually get the TAC fuel balancer thing balanced out now, so you guys don't have to wait for it, and I'll try to do an outro while I'm doing it, because that's going to be impossible. Let's transfer in. Goodness. Stage 4. I believe this counts as stage 4. Does it? Highlight. Yeah, and then this guy should also be... Okay. Yep, we're good. We want transfer in, transfer out, 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 transfer out. Can I make something transfer in as well as out? No. Okay. So pretty much everything is going to be transferring out. Yeah. So it's going to be kind of weird, but it should work, I think, in theory, maybe, possibly. I know it'd definitely work a lot better if we had fuel ducts, because then it's just you dump into you, and you dump into you, and you dump into you. And then things kind of just balance themselves out, because then the fuel is not being called on by random things. Okay, yep. Alright, that looks about good. We're gonna try launching that. No, we're not, because we need these 4, which I'm not sure even which 4 they are. Highlight. Okay, perfect. That is actually legitimately perfect. Because once we get into orbit, we can set these guys to transfer out. And then, yeah, good things are going to happen. I need to do the same thing up here. In. 4, 4. Alright guys, so I will see you guys next episode. We are going to go to the moon and maybe even Minmus with the same rocket. I don't know. Actually, we will. You know what? We will. We'll land 2 rockets on 2 moons on the same episode because I'm cool like that and I can do that because I am an OG. I don't know why I said that. Alright, see you guys later.